All right, good morning, half a day, Tiro Five Show to all those in the gallery and watching on cable and the different social media platforms. Welcome to your house. I now call this first day, fourth special session to order. Please let us all rise for a moment of silence. Thank you, everyone. I now recognize the clerk to please call the roll.
Representative Vada, Representative Aldan,
Here.
Representative Vatal,
Present.
Representative Benavente,
Yeah.
Representative Angelo Camazzo,
Present.
Representative Diego Camazzo,
Present.
Representative Joel Camazzo,
Yeah.
Representative Vicente Camazzo,
Present.
Representative Castro,
Yeah.
Representative Joseph Flores,
Present.
Representative Marissa Flores, Representative Manglonian,
Present.
Representative Vogel,
Present.
Representative Omar,
Present.
Representative Probst, Representative Sablan,
Yeah.
Representative Stephen Glass,
Present.
Mr. Speaker,
Present.
Representative Yang Tamay,
Ngangiye.
Representative Yumo,
Present.
Mr. Speaker, 18 members are present and 2 members are absent.
Thank you, clerk. With 18 members present, that constitutes a quorum to move forward. And before we move forward, just like to mention for the record that I appoint Representative Ralph Yumo to serve as floor leader in the absence of floor leader Probst, and let the record reflect that Representatives Probst and Representative Marissa Flores are hereby excused for today's session. We now move down to item number 2, public comments, and the floor is open. Please state your name and the entity you represent. You'll be given 3 minutes, and if more is needed, we'll try to accommodate that. Floor is open for public comments. Seeing that there is none, we now move down to item number 3, adoption of journals, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item 3, adoption of journals, we have one item, first day, third special session journal dated June 20, 2023.
Thank you, clerk. I now recognize the floor for the proper motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'll move for the adoption. First day, third special session journal dated June 2023. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of the first day, third special session journal dated June 20, 2023, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All in favor to adopt the journal, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The journal is hereby adopted. We now move down to item number 4, introduction of bills, and I recognize Representative Denita Yankton.
Thank you, Chair. I am formally introducing House Bill number 2362 to amend 4 CMC subsection 1205 to include the CNMI Women's Association and the Northern Marianas Technical Institute as qualified educational institutions to benefit from the education tax credit. It is pre-filed by myself and others in here. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Yanktamai. House Bill number 23-62 will be referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. And I'd like to recognize Representative Julie Ogle.
Thank you, Speaker. I would like to officially introduce House Bill number 23-63 to require business establishments to install digital closed-circuit television cameras and for other purposes. Pre-filed by myself, and I welcome others to co-sponsor. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Julie Ogle. House Bill 23-63 will be referred to the Committee on Commerce and Tourism. Thank you, colleagues. Under House Local Bills, we have none. Under House Legislative Initiatives, we have none. We now move down to introduction of resolutions. There's none under House Resolution, none under House Joint Resolution. Under House Commemorative Resolution, I recognize Representative Malcolm Omar.
Thank you, Speaker. formally introducing House Resolution, Commemorative Resolution 23-5, commending the life, legacy, and exceptional contributions of the late Condidu Solugumar Babauta Taman to the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands and its people, and to extend our sincere condolences and sympathies to his family. Be filed by myself and about one member of the 23rd House.
Okay, thank you very much, Clerk. Just a quick question. This is all the members has co-sponsored this as well? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, commemorative resolution number 23-5 will be placed on today's resolution calendar for action. Under House concurrent resolutions, we have none. Item number 6, messages from the governor, we have none. Item number 7, Senate communications, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item 7, Senate Communications, we have 3 items. Senate Communication 2331, 2332, and 2333.
Thank you, clerk. I now recognize the floor leader for the motion to accept Senate communications. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'll move to accept Senate Communication number 2331 through 2333. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made to accept Senate communications and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Thank you, colleagues. All in favor to accept Senate communications, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Senate communications are hereby accepted. Under Senate Communication 23-33, that will be referred to the Committee on JGO and Commerce and Tourism. Thank you, colleagues. We now move down to item number 8, House Communications. We have none. Item number 9, communications from the Judicial Branch. We have none. Item number 10, communications from the departments and agencies. We have none. Miscellaneous communications. I recognize the clerk.
Thank you once again, Mr. Speaker. Under item 11, Miscellaneous Communications, we have 1 item, Miscellaneous Communication 23-30.
Thank you, clerk. Any discussions under miscellaneous communications? Ready? Thank you. Colleagues, I'll just refer miscellaneous communication 23-30 to the Committee on JGO just for their reference. Thank you, colleagues. We now move down to item number 12, reports of standing committees, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Under item 12, we have 5 standing committee reports, 23-25 to 23-29. Ready for House action.
Thank you, clerk. I now recognize the floor leader for the motion to adopt standing committee reports. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'll move to adopt Standing Committee Report number 2325, reporting on House Bill number 23-27, entitled to ensure that the expenditure authority designated in the Annual Appropriation Act retains exclusive control over all funds appropriate to it. Your House Committee on Ways and Means recommends that the House passes House Bill number 23-27 in its current form. So move.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of Standing Committee Report 23-25, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor to adopt Standing Committee Report number 23-25, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Standing Committee Report number 23-25 is hereby adopted. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'll move to adopt Standing Committee Report number 23-26, reporting on House Local Bill 23-13, entitled to appropriate $124,000 from revenues collected from poker fields in the 2nd Senatorial District and for other purposes. Your House Committee on Ways and Means recommend that the House Local Bill number 23-13 be transmitted to the Tinian and Anaguigan Legislative Delegation for its action. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of Standing Committee Report 23-26, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? I recognize Representative Patrick San Nicolas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just want to extend my sincere thank you to the chairman of the Ways and Means and the members for their quick action for this uh, House local bill to be transmitted to the delegation of Tinian, as well as, if I can skip, Mr. Speaker, all the way down to Senate, I mean okay, yeah, we're waiting for an adoption, no?
So just this bill first. I mean,
Yes,
committee
so-
report.
Yeah, so the committee report. So I just want to say thank you to the chairman of the Ways and Means and the members for their quick action on this. I yield, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Leader San Nicolas. Any further discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor to adopt Standing Committee Report 23-26, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Standing Committee Report number 23-26 hereby adopted and moves forward to the Tinian and Agigan Legislative Delegation. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'll move for the adoption of Standing Committee Report 2327, reporting on House Local Bill 23-16 to entitled to repeal and reenact Section 2T1 of the Saipan Local Law number 2026 to fund nonprofit organization and provide funding for the renovation and constructions of pavilions, recreation areas, and public buildings in precinct 4, and for other purposes. Your House Committee on Ways and Means recommends that House Local Bill 23-16 be transmitted to SNIOD for its action. So move.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of Standing Committee Report 23-27, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right, thank you, colleagues. All in favor to adopt Standing Committee Report 23-27, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Standing Committee Report 23-27 is hereby adopted. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Next, I will now move to adopt Standing Committee Report number 23-28, reporting on House Local Bill 23-17, entitled to reappropriate $75,000 allotted under Saipan Local Law 20-27 and for other purposes. Your House Committee on Ways and Means recommend that House Local Bill be transmitted to the SNIOD for its action. So move.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 23-28, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor to adopt Standing Committee Report number 23-28, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Standing Committee Report number 23-28 is hereby adopted. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'll move for the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 23-19, reporting on House Local Bill number 23-18, entitled to reappropriate $36,000 allotted under Tinian Local Law 23-1 and $40,000 from Tinian Local Law 23-2 and for other purposes. Your House Committee on Ways and Means recommend that House Local Bill number 23-18 be transmitted to the Tinian and Naguigan Legislative Delegation for its action. So move.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 23-29, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Recognize Leader San Nicolas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, I would like to thank the chairman of the Ways and Means and the members for their quick action on this House Local Bill to move and to be transmitted to the Tinian delegations for the action.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. And I will.
Thank you, Leader San Nicolas. Any further discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor to adopt Standing Committee Report 23-29, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Standing Committee Report number 23-29 is hereby adopted. Thank you, colleagues. And that takes care of the standing committees. We now move down to item number 13, reports of special and conference committees. We have none. Item number 14, unfinished business. We have none. Item number 15, resolution calendar. I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move to adopt House concurrent resolution number 23-2, a House concurrent resolution to approve revenues and resources of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands as identified pursuant to Article 3, Section 9A of the Constitution as amended, and 1 CMC Division 7 for fiscal year 2024 beginning October 1st, 2023. So moved. And ending September 30, 2024. So move. Apologize.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of House concurrent resolution number 23-2, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay, thank you, colleagues. Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Ada? Representative Aldan?
Yes.
Representative Atao?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
Good.
Representative Angelo Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho?
Yes. Yes.
Representative Camacho? Joel Camacho?
Good.
Representative Vicente Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Castro?
Yes.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Manglonia?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
Good.
Representative Nicolas?
Ungan.
Representative Yangtamay?
Yes.
Representative Yumo?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 18 members present voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With all 18 members present voting yes, House concurrent resolution number 23-2 is hereby adopted. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'll move for the adoption of commemorative resolution number 23-5, a House commemorative resolution commending the life, legacy, and exceptional contribution to the late Condidu Solomar Babauta Taiman to the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands and its people to extend our sincere condolences and sympathies to his family. So move.
Second.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of commemorative resolution number 23-5, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor to adopt commemorative resolution number 23-5, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Commemorative resolution number 23-5 is hereby adopted. Thank you, colleagues. We now move down to item number 16, bill calendar, and I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And so we're in line with our rules. I'll now move to suspend Rule 7, Section 9, committee reports and other documents, and Rule 9, Section 9 and 10. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the suspension of rules by the floor leader, and it has been seconded. Any discussions?
Ready.
Thank you. All in favor for the motion by the floor leader, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I will offer a motion to pass House Bill number 23-60, a bill for an act to reappropriate funds under Section 2G of Public Law 2061 for the Health Network Program HNP and for other purposes. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the passage of House Bill number 23-60, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Recognize Representative Atao.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, first members, for allowing this bill to be placed on calendar for action in the last session, and now we're taking action today. I'd like to thank the floor leader and the clerk for making the technical changes on the reflection of the public law number. Instead of 62, it'd be 61. And here are the floor amendments. Will begin on line 3 through 4 on page 2. So it shall read now, therefore, the intent of this act is to reappropriate the remaining funds under Section 2G of Public Law 20-61 for the Health Network Program. And I believe all the members have received the amendments. Furthermore, on page 2, lines 7 through 9 or through 10, it should read, notwithstanding any laws, statutes, rules, or regulations to the contrary, the legislature hereby reappropriates the remaining funds of $881,987 under Section 2G of Public Law 20-61. Further down, it should read on line 12, 11 to 12, provided however that $50,000 shall be reserved for inner island medical referrals. Expenditure authorities of the funds under Section 2 of this act shall be the Chief Executive Officer of the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. A floor amendment has been offered by Representative Attal, and it has been seconded. Any discussions on the floor amendment? Ready? All right. All in favor for the floor amendment offered by Representative Attal, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The floor amendments hereby adopted. We are now back to the main motion for House Bill number 23-660, House Draft 1. Any further discussions? Ready? All right, thank you, colleagues. Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Adda,
Yes.
Representative Aldan,
Yes.
Representative Attal,
Yes.
Representative Benavente,
Okay.
Representative Angelo Camacho,
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho,
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho,
Hanggan.
Representative Vicente Camacho,
Yes.
Representative Castro,
Hanggan.
Representative Joseph Flores,
Yes.
Representative Manglonia,
Yes.
Representative Vogel,
Yes.
Representative Omar,
Hunggan.
Representative Sablan,
Hanggan.
Representative Nicolas,
Yes.
Representative Yanktamay,
Aware.
Representative Yumo,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 18 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all 18 members present voting yes, House Bill number 23-60 HD1 hereby passes the House. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will now offer a motion to once again suspend Rule 7, Section 9, and Rule 9, Section 9 and 10, so that we can pass on first and final House Bill numbers 23-61. So move.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the suspension of rules, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right. All in favor for the motion made by the Floor Leader, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it, and motion carries. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And now for a motion to pass House Bill number 23-61, a bill for an act to establish a right of survivorship for certain causes of action. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the passage of House Bill 23-61 and has been seconded. Any discussions to recognize the author?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for placing House Bill number 23-61 on today's bill calendar. The proposed legislation proposes to establish a right of survivorship for certain causes of action. As we all know, many jurisdictions and states all over our country recognize the right of survivorship for causes of action in civil lawsuits brought by injured family members who subsequently dies before the cause of action has been resolved. And that's really the pure intent of this legislation, is to, if signed into law, to create a statute that gives the right for survivorship to continue their loved one's lawsuit in any course of action. And I ask the indulgence of all the members of the House to please support this first passage. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative John Paul Sablan. Any further discussions? Ready? All right, Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Adda,
Yes.
Representative Aldan,
Yes.
Representative Attal,
Yes.
Representative Benavente,
Hanggan.
Representative Angelo Camacho,
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho,
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho,
Hanggan.
Representative Vicente Camacho,
Yes.
Representative Castro,
Yes.
Representative Joseph Flores,
Yes.
Representative Manglonia,
Yes.
Representative Vogel,
Yes.
Representative Omar,
Hunggan.
Representative Sablan,
Hunggan.
Representative Nicolas,
Yes.
Representative Yanktamay,
Aware.
Representative Yumo,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 18 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all 18 members present voting yes, House Bill number 23-61 hereby passes the House. Thank you, colleagues. And for now, I'd like to call for a quick recess. Quick recess. Back to session. Thank you, colleagues. Before we went on recess, we just passed House Bill number 23-61, and now we're moving down to the next House Bill, and I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now offer a motion to pass House Bill number 23-27, a bill for an act to ensure that the expenditure authority designated in the Annual Appropriation Act retains exclusive control over all funds appropriated to it. So move.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the passage of House Bill number 23-27, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Recognize Representative Joe Flores.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to offer an amendment, House Bill 2027, in page 7, line 3. This is a concern for Attorney General regarding our 0.9% of appropriation that we might exceed our 9%. Doing this amendment, we're going to make sure that we're never going to exceed our 9% appropriation in every budgetary. So I'd like to offer the bill, House Bill, the amendment for House Bill 2327. It's page 7, line 3, section 1702, Legislative Operation Fund, section B shall read as follow. Each annual appropriation act shall appropriate to the legislature branch not less than 9% of the funds identified by the governor as available for appropriation, or the amount that was appropriated to the legislature in the previous annual appropriation, whichever is greater. But in any event, this appropriation shall not exceed the limit set forth in Article 2, Section 16 of the Commonwealth, the Civil Constitution. Consistent with the intent of the foregoing amendment, I hereby also move to allow the legal counsel together with the House Clerk to make further non-substantive technical amendments that strictly necessary to effectuate the intent of this amendment. So move.
Thank you, Representative Joseph Flores. A floor amendment has been offered by Representative Joseph Flores, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? I'd like to recognize our legal counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank Representative Flores for the floor amendment. As he said, he just wanted to clarify that based on the language that was existing, that this language will not exceed the constitutional limit set forth in Article 2, Section 16. So it may be 9% this year, it may be 9.1 or 9.2 or 10% next year, or it may be 8% or 7%, but whatever amount it is, it's not going to exceed the constitutional amounts set forth in Article 2, Section 16. That's all this language does. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. Any further discussions? Recognize Representative Patrick San Nicola.
Is this each annual appropriation is for the entire cinema or including the municipality of Road and Tinian?
Counsel, can you?
So it's just for this is just for appropriation for legislature. Here, our branch, yes, not for.
Point clarified. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Any further discussions? All right. All in favor for the floor amendment offered by Representative Joseph Flores, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The motion carries. Floor amendment offered by Joseph Flores is hereby adopted. And now we go back to the main motion for the passage of now House Bill number 23-27, House Draft 1. Any discussions? Ready? All right, clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Ada,
Ngan.
Representative Aldon,
Yes.
Representative Atao,
Yes.
Representative Benavente. Yes. Representative Angelo Kamotsu,
Yes.
Representative Diego Kamotsu,
Yes.
Representative Joel Kamotsu,
Ngan.
Representative Vicente Kamotsu,
Yes.
Representative Castro, Representative Joseph Flores,
Yes.
Representative Manglonia,
Yes.
Representative Ogo,
Yes.
Representative Omar,
Ungan.
Representative Sablan,
Ungan.
Representative Cindy Claus,
Yes.
Representative Yang Tamay,
However,
Representative Yumo,
Yes.
Representative Castro.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 18 members present voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With all 18 members present voting yes, House Bill number 23-27, HD1 hereby passes the House. That takes care of the bill calendar. Colleagues, we now move down to item number 17, miscellaneous business, and the floor is open. Recognize Representative Omar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I guess just to convey appreciation and gratitude from the family of the late Candido Babauta Taman, we presented along with Rep. Manny Castro, the commemorative resolution on his funeral date. And this feedback from the family presented on behalf of the Speaker and members of the House, and they really appreciate and they just thank everyone for the efforts and everything for honoring the late Candido Babauta Taman. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Omar. And yes, we do extend our condolences and sympathies to the families. Floor is still open under miscellaneous. Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just to thank the author of House Bill number 23-60, which we just passed, that helps the medical referral system, and also to request, that this body also explore with the approval of the administration and MPLT to set aside seed money so that interest earned on those, I guess, investment under the MPLT be designated to address the medical referral system permanently. So that's something that we as a body need to explore. We need to look at avenues because majority or 99.9% of the medical referral are indigenous people, and funds remitted to MPOT is supposed to help the indigenous people. So that's something this body needs to seriously look at and start the conversation. I understand it won't be popular, but at least it starts the discussion on setting aside a set amount of funds so that any interest earned goes directly to the medical system. And I know my partner, Rep. Blas Atto, is already staring at me and he's waiting to comment. So I'll yield to him.
Rep. Ato.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And in line, thank you, Floor Leader. In line with that, with the fiscal response team, this is one of the options that we're looking at. We all know that there's a lot of the federal monies that are coming into the CNMI, and the projects are actually moving forward. So one of the plans that's being laid out right now is to also do a leverage of line of credit, whether it be from other institutions outside of the CNMI, be it bonds or other stuff like that. MPOT is definitely one of the entities that we're looking at, not just to borrow money, but actually to have a line of credit so that a lot of these projects won't move forward without money up front for the payment of these the vendors for a drawdown. So we can actually utilize this and use it to our advantage. We have the probably about $100 million with the MPOT, but maybe a line of credit of $15 to $20 million just to start moving these projects forward, and the federal monies will be remitted to the CNMI and will go directly back to MPOT. So we're not even touching MPOT. We're not touching their corpus. We're just allowing, just trying to negotiate to allow the CNMI government to at least open a line of credit so these projects can move forward. The faster we get these projects moving in the CNMI, the faster we're going to be able to collect from the taxes from these projects, from the different BGRT, excise tax, NMTIT money. So that would actually help infuse money into our general fund. And in regards to the medical referral program, we also need to consider what Floor Leader had mentioned, that we need to start looking in that angle with MPOT, because with our understanding that MPOT has given out loans to other entities at even smaller percentage of credit, no, and then 2%, 3%, while the central government, when we negotiate that $15 million loan to assist us after post U2 with our financials in the government, they actually tagged the 7% interest rate to the central government, which is kind of interesting because without the central government's investment into or getting investors into the islands, we wouldn't be able to be collecting land leases. No, that monies would be remitted to MPOT, but yet we're tagged on with the 7%. But we need to be creative. We need to work with. Obviously, this is not our job, but we're trying to open doors with negotiations with MPOT and possibly other entities, so that the administration will be able to go ahead and start. Drafting a contractual agreement between whichever entity that gives the best percentage for the central government, but they will need the legislature to allow this stuff to happen. So we need to be braced and understand the negotiations that they will be pushing forward with, so that when we draft the legislation, we would also make sure that we protect the CNMI in regards to this potential debt that we might be inheriting for the future. But one of the things that the floor leader and I presented to the SOF was to make sure that if we do get into any of these kinds of stuff, that we make sure that we purchase insurance up front first before we sign off on that contract. Because we sign off on that contract, we don't have insurance, they're going to start tapping into our general appropriation. So if we have insurance, at least if there's an issue down the road, the insurance covers our costs up front first. No, and thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Atal. The floor is still open under miscellaneous business. Recognize Representative Yang Tamay.
Can we have a short recess, please? Quick one.
Short recess. Before we went to recess, we were still under miscellaneous business, and we still are, so floor is still open. Ready? All right, we now move down to item number 18, announcements. Any announcements? Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just to remind the members of Ways and Means that we will be having our budget meeting in the island of Tinian on Monday and Tuesday. So those members that are preparing to leave, they'll be the dates. Thank you.
Thank you, floor leader. Recognize Representative Roman Beneventi.
Is that going to be only a one-day process or
2 days,
2 days?
Monday and Tuesday.
Representative Beneventi. You're okay?
Yeah, I think because I was thinking of just going down for one day if possible, but go in the morning, come back in the afternoon, but it costs a lot, so we just go over there and camp out. Patrick? Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Representative Roman. Recognize Representative Omar.
I thank you. With that said, the scheduled Ways and Means meeting next week, the memo will come out, but the Committee on Health and Welfare will be scheduling a committee meeting also. I'm just gonna confirm if it's Wednesday. But thank you for your schedule, Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Omar. Any further under announcements? Ready? All right, we now move down to adjournment, and I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'll move to adjourn subject to the call of the chair. So move.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the adjournment, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All right, all in favor to adjourn, please say aye. All opposed, stay. The ayes have it. Session's hereby adjourned. Thank you.